Hey, it's Chris Kirkpatrick with the LinkedIn Networking Academy, and for this video, I want to talk about something near and dear to my heart, and that is the use of hashtags on LinkedIn. Now, I think this is a topic that a lot of people don't really know how to leverage effectively, and so this video is going to talk about all the different ways to utilize hashtags, why they're important, and ultimately how do you take the use of hashtags and get results with them. To position yourself as a thought leader in your space and also to find opportunity potentially. So it's not something, a strategy you can rely on solely or just on its own, but it is something that I think needs to be integrated and being a part of your overall plan and understanding how the use of hashtags plays into your plan. So before I start with anything, I want to talk about the different reasons why people actually utilize hashtags, and there's a couple reasons. So people use them for industries, they use them for topics and ideas. If you're going to write an article, if you're going to write content, if you're going to make a post, if you are going to do anything of that nature, understanding what hashtags are going to reach which people is important. And then also sometimes you go to networking events or big industry events and they actually have a hashtag for that event that when you make a post, they actually ask you to share at that event. Now, the other thing to that is maybe you're not getting to all these events. Maybe you're interested in an event and you know there's an industry event going on and you were not able to make it. The event is across the country, something happened, whatever. If you can figure out, and it's not that hard to do a little research and figure out what hashtag they're using at that event, if it's a big industry trade show or something of that nature, you can figure out what that hashtag is. You can actually do a search on that hashtag, not just on LinkedIn, but across LinkedIn, on Instagram, on Facebook, on Twitter, on any platform that utilizes hashtags, and you can search for that hashtag, and now you can start connecting with people who are at that event and are actively engaging. So really good kind of secret hack in how to do that. Now, before I get into anything else, let's talk about where the hashtags are. Now you can see you can use hashtags to send people, to share with people, and that gets new exposure on new eyes, people that you're trying to sell yourself in the marketplace and find an ideal opportunity. I'm going to get into a specific example there, but you can see here followed hashtags. Now this is just me. These are the hashtags that I'm following because obviously I'm very into the executive search space. I always want to make sure that I'm finding the best content, I'm staying as relevant as possible, and I'm bringing the most valuable information possible that I can to every single person that I work with, right? And the best way for me to do that is to follow all the most important hashtags in my space. So I would encourage you to figure out what are the most important hashtags in your space that you should be following and make sure that you're following them. Now, how do you follow them? Well, let's talk about this. So let's use supply chain. We work with a lot of people who are in procurement and supply chain. So let's just do a hashtag supply chain in the search bar up here. You can do that pretty easily. Now, this is the great part. You can do a hashtag supply chain, and guess what? 5,072 people are following hashtag supply chain. So what does that mean? That means if you make a post, you write an article, you share a video, you do anything that you're looking to get out there professionally and get eyes on your content to expose yourself as a thought leader in the marketplace, using hashtag supply chain is going to get people who follow that instantaneous access and notification and awareness of who you are, right? So that's the importance of using supply chain, hashtag supply chain, or hashtag whatever, right? Now, the other thing is, if you're actively searching and you're interested, you can now click on this. It'll bring up the most relevant recent posts across LinkedIn that have utilized hashtag supply chain, right? So this is an extremely valuable tool when you're searching. Maybe somebody's hiring for a supply chain position. They're gonna do that. They would probably put hashtag supply chain in there. So it's good to come through here and scan this every now and then. You're gonna find a lot of random posts. Once again, you can see there's a lot of people as I'm scrolling through here. There's a lot of different posts and people at events. Just a lot of different content, really just good stuff. Overall, you'll learn about new companies, learn about new people, and people you want to connect with. And now when you reach out to them, just a little side note, when you reach out to them, you can make a comment to them. Like if you found somebody that you're like, wow, this person works at a company, they're the COO at a company that I'd love to work with, and I'd love to get a director or VP level position with this company. If they made a post, you could reach out and say, hey, listen, I was searching hashtag supply chain. I saw your post, really love what you're doing. It creates a bridge and that emotional connection to them, and that shows them that you are being very proactive, that you're into the industry, and the likelihood that they're going to engage with you at that point in time goes way through the roof, right? So that's a great search tool to be able to utilize that. Now you can do hashtag for industries, hashtag for jobs, positions, titles, events, what have you, but it's important to understand people follow hashtags, so you're gonna get notification and people will search them, and you should search them as a way to find opportunity, to find people, so on and so forth. So I hope that makes sense. I know it's a bit out of the realm of normalcy for most executives that we work with to try to proactively leverage hashtags. But I, once again, not to talk too much about this, but leverage the other platforms. If supply chain is your thing, or if you're an event that you're looking to connect with people, leverage those hashtags across all social media platforms, because I know most people aren't thinking of using Facebook for business, but if you're at an event and people are putting stuff on Facebook, not everybody thinks about it maybe like you and you know, doesn't want to use Facebook for business. A lot of people do use Facebook for business. So go on Facebook, search hashtag whatever you're looking for, see what you find, right? You can be proactive in seeking people out like that. And if you want to share your LinkedIn profile with them on there, let them link to it. That's a great way to do it. So find them on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and then redirect them. If you want LinkedIn to be your major platform for your career search, which I would totally suggest, then redirect them to your LinkedIn profile. But utilize hashtags across all the platforms to identify and target the right people in the right industries that you are looking to do. And that is the best advice that I can give you on how to use hashtags. So if you have any questions, please go ahead and send a comment. You can send an email to support@careernextagency.com. I'd love to engage with you and answer any more questions that you have about hashtags. But I think this is a great tip to get you started, and look forward to serving you. Until next time, go out and crush it. We'll talk soon.